What's up everybody, it's Sean here, back today to give you guys a review of the Action Bronson New Balance 1890 in this Hornet Tusk colorway. As we've seen before in the past, New Balance is launching a brand new silhouette, first as a limited collaboration, this time with Action Bronson. So alongside this Hornet Tusk colorway, he also dropped a Cyborg Tears colorway, which I already reviewed on my channel. This one was the second of the two colors to drop. Officially on the New Balance website, the colorway is gray and Aztec gold. And these dropped earlier in February for $200 US or the equivalent of 260 Canadian dollars. But these for some reason didn't release here in Canada. We only got the Cyborg Tears colorway. So I don't know if this one was actually a little bit more limited than the other, but it seems like regardless, this one is the more popular colorway of the two. So if you've already seen my review of the Cyborg Tears colorway, a lot of what I say in this review is going to be repeating, but for those that didn't catch that video, this 1890 model, it's a brand new silhouette that combines the upper, which is inspired by the New Balance 890 V3, an actual performance running shoe that dropped just over 10 years ago, with the bottom tooling of the New Balance 2002, not to be confused with the 2002R, but the actual original 2002 featured this midsole. And based off of some leaks, New Balance seems to be dropping a ton of colorways in general release fashion for the silhouette later on this year. So jumping into the details of the shoe itself, the base layer of this sneaker, unlike the Cyborg Tears colorway, which had a lot more synthetic feeling materials, here we have a very open style mesh, which has a bit more of an elegant and almost elevated feel just based off of the pattern. Overlaid on the medial edge, we have the silver reflective 3M layer, and then overlaid on top of this toe box, we actually have genuine white leather. This is not an amazing cut of leather, but it definitely is a real genuine leather, not fully synthetic. So you can see on the sides, it has this flowing appearance to it, and we have these teardrop shaped cutouts revealing more reflective silver layers. Moving downwards, we have a translucent TPU layer, whereas the top three eyelets, this is covered in a synthetic yellow colored layer with white colored piping on the edges. Underneath this on the mid panel, we have this large New Balance N logo. This is done in this bold blue color. And then moving further down towards the back of the shoe, here we have genuine suede, which is done in this golden yellow color. We have these reflective hits on the edges along with these puffy textile layers in between. And then on the lateral side only, we have 1890 branding pressed on in a mix of silver and black. And then on the back of the shoe, we have this square silver New Balance logo, along with another reflective panel at the very top of the heel. In terms of laces, these only come with one lace option, and they're a trail-inspired rope-style lace, which is done in more of a brownish color. Underneath this, we have a mesh-covered tongue, which is done in a grayish faded blue color. And then on the top of the tongue, we have this rubberized patch with Baklava New Balance 1890 branding. The back of the tongue and the interior of the shoe, this is covered in a mesh liner. And then for the insoles, just like the other pair, this is your typical foam lined insole. However, we have Baklava and New Balance co-branding pressed onto the heel. So the upper of the shoe sits atop this midsole, which is crafted primarily out of New Balance's Absorb technology. So you can see this is painted primarily in this grayish tone, but in between the midsole we have these pillars, which gives the shoe a very unique appearance. And then for the bottom of the shoe, the outsole here is done in a semi-translucent rubber in this minty green tone. We have these slits to give you some added flexibility, and then in the middle you can see New Balance's Stability Web technology. This is a green TPU material which helps with torsional rigidity and midfoot support. So that breaks down the look and the construction of this shoe, and for those wondering about how these fit, so interestingly I actually found that these ran roomier than the Cyborg Tears pair. So I'm a true size 10, slightly on the wider side. I got both pairs in a size 10. So in general, the 1890 is a model that runs pretty long lengthwise, and it is a little bit on the narrow side. So on the Cyborg Tears pair, I could feel the narrowness of the toe box a little bit more, whereas for these, probably because of the composition of the toe box with the mesh and the leather, it just feels a lot more generous. It doesn't feel as restricting. So the width of the shoe just felt a little bit more roomy, and then of course the length ran long just like the other pair. So for me, going with my true size, it left me just over a thumb's width space between the top of the shoe and the top of my toe, which I feel like is a little bit long. The width of the shoe was fine. So if you have a narrow foot or even a normal width foot and you like more of a snug one-to-one fit, I feel like maybe you can get away with going a half size down. But if you have a wider foot, it's probably safe just to go true to size and deal with the extra length. So in my case, I also wear a size 10 in other New Balance silhouettes like the 860 V2, 2002R, 1906R, 991, and 1500, whereas I usually go a half size down to a 9.5 in a lot of the made in USA models like most of the 990 series, 992, and 993. But eventually these are going to be flooding the stores, so I'd try on a GR pair down the road first if you're hesitant to commit to a size now, just to make sure that it fits your feet perfectly. Everyone's feet is going to be a little bit different. Some like their shoes to fit more snug, others like a little bit more room. All I have to say though is that this is a shoe that runs a little bit longer lengthwise, but the narrowness on this particular colorway isn't as obvious. Moving on to the comfort, so this shoe is decently comfortable, but it's nothing amazing. Underfoot, you can feel a little bit of that squishiness, especially underneath the heel, but generally it feels relatively low to the ground, and I didn't feel that it was as comfortable as some other New Balance silhouettes like the 993, 992, even the 9060 has more of that pillowy feel. I'm not saying that these feel dead underfoot, you can definitely feel the cushioning, but it's just nothing amazing or remarkable. So if you're looking for a everyday casual use shoe, don't get me wrong, these are going to be fine. But if you're looking for a shoe that has exceptional comfort, then there's better models out there when it comes to New Balance or even across other brands. But one thing I liked about this particular shoe is that the materials feel very soft, very broken in straight out of the box, and I didn't feel any pressure points whatsoever, especially around the toe box area. Finally, in terms of the quality and craftsmanship, so this is where the shoe really shined, especially compared to the Cyborg Tears pair. So on that pair, everything was just all synthetic. We just had fused layers, TPU, and textiles, whereas these actually incorporate genuine leathers and suedes. So this feels more elevated, it feels more special honestly, and it feels more like it should have been a collaboration, whereas the other pair, while the colorway was really nice, I thought the materials were lacking. So it's an interesting choice that New Balance and Action Bronson decided to give us more elevated materials only on one pair as opposed to both, but at least in the case for the Hornet Tusk pair, I thought the materials were actually pretty decent when it comes to a made in Asia New Balance shoe. And just like the Cyborg Tears pair, I thought the overall build and craftsmanship on this pair was also fine. I had no real issues to complain about, some very minor issues with stitching, but other than that, the panels were consistently sized and placed, no issues with the paint job or anything like that, so all in all, it felt pretty solid. So with all that out of the way now, let me toss these on feet, I'll lace them up, and I'll show you guys how these look. I know the 1890 isn't really a model that's getting too much love right now. There's a lot of people that really dislike it, but at the same time, there are fans of this model, and I think I'm one of those people. This isn't going to be shooting up to the top of my list when it comes to New Balance models, but for a brand new silhouette, it's good to have energy surrounding the brand, giving us new ideas, and I don't think the shoe is bad whatsoever. In terms of the colorways, I think both pairs are really nice. The Cyborg Tears has more of that techie, traditional running shoe vibe, whereas these have more of a elevated, more casual use look. So I think both pairs are really well done. Just depends on the time and place and what you're wearing from an outfit perspective. The one thing I do have to say though is that I think the shoe actually looks a little bit better just looking at it as opposed to on feet. Maybe it's just the outfit choice that day when I wore these, but when I looked down, it didn't have that same impact that the Cyborg Tears had. But again, maybe it's just the outfit that I decided to rock that day that just wasn't jiving with the look of the shoe. When I see this shoe just as is, or even on other people, I think it's a really solid colorway. It's a unique blend of colors and tones and textures too, which make it really stand out and special. So leave your thoughts down below, let me know what do you guys think about this Hornet Tusk Action Bronson New Balance 1890. What are your overall thoughts on this particular colorway? And what are your thoughts on the 1890 model in general? Do you see yourself copying this, maybe a different color down the road, or are you just not a fan of it and it's gonna be an easy pass for you? Either way, leave your comments down below and let me know which of the two colorways you prefer for this Action Bronson collection. If you guys enjoy this review, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. I'll link my social media accounts down below for you guys to check out and follow. And as always, thank you for your continued love and support, and I'll catch you all in my next video.